It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
Mano's in the building.
Yeah.
Celebrating our 1-year anniversary of Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yes.
And let's get into some Yee tea. All right, now, The Rock, his daughter, Simone Garcia Johnson, known as Ava Raine in wrestling, is talking about the backlash that she's getting on X because of a situation that she has nothing to do with. She was on Twitter, X. I can't call it X. I have to call it Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter.
But she said, can y'all just leave me out of this? I'm busy running a show. She said, death threats over a situation I have nothing to do with. BFFR. B effing for real.
The effing for
She's
okay,
a wrestler?
Yes. And so apparently, you know, The Rock was recently tapped to take over WrestleMania instead of Cody Rhodes. And so a lot of people felt like after Royal Rumble last month that he would be the one to go head-to-head with Roman Reigns. But instead, they were stunned when they announced that The Rock was the opponent for the upcoming annual event, which is, by the way, his first legitimate event in over 10 years.
These wrestler fans are, they're a little aggressive.
Listen, I went to SummerSlam at
How was
the
that?
Barclays.
How was that?
It was good, but it was hilarious to see. What was really funny, it was cute, but to see the kids, like these young kids going
Yeah.
crazy and
They
yelling and
serious.
jumping out
Yeah.
their seats.
Yeah.
No, wrestling is big.
Mano,
Yeah.
do you know how to wrestle?
He's in a different way. That's why his back is hurt.
All right.
All right, now let's move on. Justin Timberlake is considering doing a tell-all interview with Oprah amidst all of this drama. You know, Britney Spears wrote about him in her book.
Yes.
He's gotten a lot of backlash. According to a source, they told The Sun, Justin is really not happy how things have gone down. He wanted his new music to speak for itself, but that's clearly not happening. And so maybe he's going to do this
I
sit
could see
down.
him. I could see him sitting down with Oprah. That would be juicy.
You think it would turn the tables and people, because a lot of people have issues with what happened with Janet Jackson.
Yeah. He would need to address that if he was going to talk to Oprah. You got to talk about Nipplegate.
Yeah, you have to.
Yep.
All right, now, Mayor Eric Adams, mayor of New York City, he is talking about 50 Cent. He had a City Hall press conference, and they asked him about 50, whether or not he reached out to 50 Cent, because 50 Cent went on social media. He didn't like the fact listen, there's a migrant crisis here
For sure.
in New York City, and he didn't like the fact that there are going to be there's a new pilot program where they're actually giving out cash, not cash, but like cards for migrant families to spend on food.
Right.
So they get a certain amount depending on how many people are in the family.
Okay.
And it's going to be initially a group of 500 migrant families being put up in short-term hotel stays. And so they are going to be able to get their own food and purchase their own food with these cards.
Okay.
Now, 50 Cent went on social media and said, WTF, Mayor Adams, call my phone. I don't understand how this works. Somebody explain. Can't explain this. I'm stuck. Maybe Trump is the answer.
50 is very strategic, so I'm sure there's a reason behind, or maybe something behind the scenes that's going on that, you know, he wants to kind of.
Well, here's what Mayor Adams had to say at the press conference.
This was a smart policy shift that we're doing on a pilot project with 500 people. If this is successful, we're going to expand it even more. So I told 50 Cent to hit me up. I would love to explain it so that he can go out and do another tweet of saying, you know what, Eric is just a smart manager, and now we understand why he was elected by the people of this city of New York.
2 New Yorkers.
Migrants getting treated better than the people.
Now, I want to explain what this is, though, because I pay attention to all of this.
Did you do a deep dive,
I
Angela?
did a deep dive.
Okay.
So the plan is the city is going to give out these preloaded credit cards to families to use at bodegas, grocery stores, supermarkets, convenience stores. This actually will save the city money.
Okay.
Because what they're doing right now is they're giving them food, and a lot of people aren't eating the food, and it's going to waste. So instead of providing all this food that they're not going to use and eat that they end up disposing of, now you'll actually save money because you'll be able to buy the things that you want and need instead of what they're trying to give you that you don't want or that's too much food for people to be able to eat. And according to the mayor, this is going to save about $2 billion.
Okay.
Okay, so we shall see what happens, but they're saying this is actually going to save money.
All right.
All right, well, that is your Yee Tea. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar. Some of this is some good news, all right? And this has to do with Black-owned businesses after the pandemic. What are those numbers looking like? It's way up.